Hi. Sorry for the lack of uploads. This video explains why. At the beginning of the year, I was offered to join my school's film club. I was part of it last year, but we didn't go far with it just due to motivation weaving, and also it was just a dinky ripoff of The Office. But this year, Jake brought forward an entire anthology of an entire movie series he wanted to do. He pitched the idea of a horror thriller episodic series, and he said there would be 7 episodes and he would script it as it went on in case anything happened. He pitched the idea to us, and the teacher said, "Do you guys think you can do this within a school year?" So with that, we did our first table read and we started filming. At the start of the club's renaissance, I said I only want to be a cameraman while my friend Keegan was the editor, just because I was working on my own stuff with YouTube and Keegan was already working. And we filmed the first few episodes almost flawlessly with no hiccups. That was until we ran into our first speed bump, and boy howdy was it big. Like a big parabola, or like your mother. The cameraman liked that one. Midway through filming episode 4, the guy who was supposed to be the main villain of the entire story said he didn't want to be part of the project anymore. We didn't hold anything against him since he was already working on a bunch of other clubs, and if he was doing film club on top of that, he would have been staying home every single day after school, which he obviously didn't want to do. But at this point, we had already set up a lot of foreshadowing for him, and it was 4 episodes in out of the 6, so it definitely threw the writers for a loop. I asked Jake what the plan was, and he said, "I have no idea. We're just gonna film and hope we can pivot." One day, I was in the change rooms after going to the gym, and Jake texted me going, "Hey, how do you feel about being the main villain?" I thought about it for a second and initially said, "Nah, I'm good." And then mid-changing clothes, I immediately texted him back while butt-ass naked and said, "Never mind, I'm game," because let's be honest, I'm a theater kid at heart. So next day, he ran me through his thought process and recasting and said, "Okay, I want you to keep your general attitude and charisma, but crank up the delusional psychopath to 11. But still be funny." And that was all I need to hear. Aw, Jay, you think I'm charismatic and funny? Well, then how can I say no to an intelligent man like yourself? I had now added major actor to my resume, as well as the main cameraman for the movie. But that wouldn't be it. In fact, it was only the beginning. By episode 3, my friend Keegan, who took the role of editing the movie, said that he had finished editing episode 1. It was a start, but as time went on, the editing process slowed down immensely, and the more footage we got, the more editing work. The more editing work, the longer it would take, and the less work done now, the more crunch we'd have to do at the end. Keep in mind that this whole thing is unpaid, and we're all doing this out of the passion of the project, but we also didn't think the project would take us as long as it did. Turns out making a movie takes a long fucking time. By episode 5, Keegan had told us that he had not even started editing episode 2, and we were about to film the last third of this project, including my official introduction as the villain. It was suddenly March, and we still had to film 2 more episodes, fully edit them, fully edit the previous episodes, add music, and tweak them. I could feel Jake was starting to tweak a little bit himself, so I offered to help edit a few episodes to help Keegan along, and Jake said, "Yes, please, I'll take any help I can get now." So now I was the assistant editor as well. During the filming of episode 5, Jake decided to just turn the whole episodic series into one feature-length film, just because of pacing and it sounds a lot cooler. At this point, I'd edited episode 3 with no issues at all. But slowly, as we got closer to the exams, the more on edge everyone felt and the more late nights I would pull trying to study and finish the movie. A week before exams started, we had finished filming the absolute final parts of the last episode, and now it was just up to the 2 editors to edit this hour-and-a-half long movie with no budget, but a funny little deadline. It's at this point where I can hope you realize why my upload schedule looks like this. I had 4 YouTube videos scripted and 2 of them editing process, but I dropped literally everything to work on this, and one of those videos ended up getting scrapped, so sorry about that. A week after exams, I edited episodes 3, 4, and 5, more than what I'd already set out to help out with. Alrighty, episode 5 is done. I wonder how Keegan's doing with episode 2.
Yeah, I've got time.
So now instead of assistant editor, I was the editor. This was risky of me because I didn't want to get burnt out of editing before I went to university for editing. I took it, and what do you know, in mid-July, I got burnt out and felt like shit. Not only did I get burnt out of editing, I also started sleeping less. I started to prioritize finishing this damn movie almost literally anything else in my life, not just YouTube videos. I stopped going out, I stayed up later than anyone should, I would try to fall asleep, give up after an hour, and then go back to work because it's a goblin in my brain saying, you could be working, you have a deadline, you could be working. So I'd go downstairs, fuck up my sleep schedule, get upset that I fucked up my sleep schedule, and then rinse and repeat. I got so burnt out and sick of editing this damn movie that I was worried that I picked the wrong program. But then I edited my prom videos for 3 hours, and I was like, okay, cool, I still like editing, I just hate seeing the same f***ing faces every f***ing day in Premiere Pro. Somehow, all of the mental health progress I made in the last year is about to go down the drain because I can't set up a damn schedule and sleep guilt-free. I could have asked for help, but I knew everybody was busy, or at least say they were. And some just didn't know how to edit. And sadly, I was the only one who knew how to use Premiere Pro, which is kind of f***ing sad. Speaking of Premiere Pro, you want to know how many times Premiere Pro crashed on me? 24 times! And that was with me taking precautions, because whenever I would scroll down the timeline and try and find a clip, Premiere Pro would just fucking crash on me if I went too fast, because oh no, you went too fast, we could have handled it. How are you a 20-year-old program that can't scroll across the timeline? And whenever I try and open Spotify, it just fucking crashed on me, and I can't listen to Spotify anyway. As the audio person, I need to be able to listen to every single footstep, make sure everything lines up, because someone didn't want to record audio while walking. All of this on top of fixing a mark in summer school, trying to work on my own stuff, as well as enjoy my summer, led me into some funky thinking. Almost like day-by-day mood swings. One day I would wake up and go, I can't believe I get to edit a fucking movie. This is so cool. I can't wait to show my friends and family. This is gonna be so cool to show people my program. My dad's gonna come back. Wake up the next morning and go, this is shit. Why am I doing this? It's mid-July. Why am I still seeing these guys' face after grad? I literally told half of them I don't want to be their friend anymore. Where am I? Where's Keegan? Why isn't he editing any of this? Why did Adobe crash on me when I opened Spotify? Guys, where's the fucking clip of Sierra falling? It's not on the drive and I'm not searching through 9,000 clips. I fell into a routine with friends where I would call them and they would ask me what I was going to do for today. And I would say, oh, I'm just going to edit for a little bit. And they said,
oh shit, wait. How close are you to finish the movie?
Almost done. I just gotta find clips of Elijah gasping and rethinking his decisions, Morgan saying certain lines, Jabril's voiceovers, Jake running, Morgan falling, and put it all together in episode 5 and 6. But there's 6,000 clips in those 2 episodes. I don't even know if to organize clips in the right area, so I can just look in the wrong area the entire time. It turns out we recorded back in episode 2, and I just said that we recorded back in episode 2. Why would we film something in episode 6 while filming episode 2? But we'll see. Rinse and repeat that interaction for a couple of weeks, and you basically have the first month of my summer. We had to do multiple layers of editing. One where the editors would just go silly and cut everything down, and then send the episode to Jake to make notes, and the editors, me, Keegan left me, would go back and make the edits. And then Edit would call on Jake to make any small changes, and then add music. Oh, that's something I forgot to mention. Music. I asked Jake what his plan was for music, because as much as I love my Nintendo music, I don't think he wants Animal Crossing music being played in this movie. So I asked him and he said, don't worry, baby girl, I got the music. I was skeptical, but said, okay, I trust you, boss. Turns out there's a reason why he's the boss, because holy shit, Jake killed it. Fucking 2nd degree, 28 stab wounds. Holy shit, we're still trying to convince Jake to put this shit on Spotify, because some tracks just did differently and play so well. Like, dude, tell me this isn't sick. I want to make out to this. If there's someone who's dedicated more time to this movie than I have, and it's definitely Jake. I mean, he directed and made the music and did everything and planned everything out. So, thank you, Jake, for helping us and staying motivated throughout the entire process. On July 14th, Jake and I hopped into a call where we did the final edits, add the music, and completely finished episode 3 to 6. So 2/3 of the movie was fully done and edited. Episode 1 was essentially done, it just needed some final adjustments and music. And despite all odds, Keegan finished episode 2. They finished off the edits on July 17th, 2024, and the movie was officially done. Is what I would say if I was lying. I wrote that paragraph out in preparation, hoping that's how it would end. It didn't. It got so much worse. I asked Keegan where he was on editing episode 2, and he said he hadn't started. Now, I'm getting stressed because Jake and I were currently on call trying to make the final edits to episode 3 and 6 before he could make the music. Now it turns out episode 2 has not even started. The cherry on top is that Jake sent me the somewhat finished copy of episode 1, and it was so underwhelming, to say the least. I talked to Jake about what he was thinking when he first saw it, and he said, I honestly thought I would have to edit it all myself. I texted Keegan and asked him if he wanted to bother editing because he was so busy with work, and he and I agreed that it would just be too much for him, and so it landed on me and Jake to edit episode 2 and re-edit episode 1. We are officially in crunch mode. Jake still had to compose the music and overlay it on everything, and so the last sprint to the finish line had begun. Jake and I wanted the crew to watch the movie together in real life, so we had the final deadline of August 20th on us so we could watch it together before people moved away for university. Jake and I worked tirelessly at it. From August 16th and 19th, we called for a total of 15 hours to finish the movie. And on August 19th, the movie was officially done and exported.
And we did it. I can't say we did it yet, but once we're at the premiere, I'll whisper in your ear, I'll be like, we did it, buddy, we did it. You won, son.
Jake came up with the idea of this movie in August 2023, and the movie was finished August of 2024. With the movie having no budget, actors who mainly had no experience, one editor, one music man, and a constantly changing script, I think we did a pretty damn good job for a couple of high schoolers. The next day, we all met up and premiered our movie for the first time.
Really was paradox.
That's it.
Let's go! It's pure cinema.
Of course, I'd like to thank Jake for being the director of the whole movie and for giving us all a chance to be a part of a movie. Not every high schooler can say that. Also, for those asking if I'm going to show or upload the movie, no, sorry, I'm not going to dox everybody or blur everybody's face because, one, that's a lot of effort on my part and I'm done editing this fucking movie. And I don't think everybody's comfortable with their face being on the internet. But just imagine it's like it, but like 6 times better. Maybe in 5 years when we're all comfortable, we're all graduating, we all don't have any connections, but that'll be for a while. So thank you all to the supporting and main actors, any scriptwriters and editors, mainly me. And I wish you all the best. And I'm so glad I don't have to see your f***ing faces when I open Adobe anymore. Shut the fuck up, Ariel. You're laughing and you're getting on the mic. Shut the fuck up. It's so awkward having you be here, like, we're present for this. I've never had anyone, because I purposely wait for people to leave the house. And then
I'm not even, like, reacting to what you said, to what you're saying, except to this point.
Okay. We didn't hold it. What the fuck, man? Hey, how much of you guys can hear this? Okay. I'm gonna close the door. Do you guys hear me yelling? Be honest.
That's a yes.
That is a yes. Okay, I'm closing this. Bye. Good night.